Welcome back, guys. It's been a bit. Hadn't been too long since my last post, but before that, it had been quite a while. So, what am I doing with my life? Well, I don't know if I'm doing anything different, but I am trying to ride a little bit more. And a few things have been getting in my way. I bought a fairing at the end of last season, and I've been trying to get that to work. It is not from Harley fairing. It is. I gotta hit this record. It is not a from Harley factory fairing. I don't even know. They don't make a decent one for the Sportster, anyways. So I bought one off of eBay, and I've run into some issues with that. One of the issues is it is a removable fairing, and clips, you go on your down columns, the clips get in the way of the Sportster headlight. Okay, one problem. Second problem, I bought a LED headlight. It's not really a problem, but I did buy an LED headlight to replace the Sportster headlight, and I haven't run into really any issues with that other than the wiring is very, very small, which is kind of new on all electronics, I guess, because that one strand of copper that they say makes the product profitable, I guess. I don't know. So anyways, I have been working on modifying my headlamp mount, because the headlamp that bucket that I bought to replace the Sportster bucket, like I said, the Sportster bucket is in the way of the mounting hardware. So I got this aftermarket headlamp that is shorter. It's not as long a conical shape. It's a shorter conical shape, and that allows me to get the mounting hardware around the headlamp without it scratching up the headlamp. But the problem with that is the mount is wrong. The mount is much more narrow mount. It comes on the Sportster. So I don't know where you buy the headwear for the mounting hardware for this particular, or if you even can, but my solution was to make it. So I have, if you can see, I have a different bucket on my headlight bucket on the front of my motorcycle, and I will show that comparison with another shot of the old bucket, but it's shorter. Like I said, it allows me to get that mounting hardware onto the down columns, the shocks, I guess. So I ran into some wiring issues because the wiring is so thin, so that caused a few issues. I got it mounted up. I think it looks pretty good. I'll take a picture of it. We'll walk around so you can see it. However, that mounts up in the proper place with the cocking and losing some speed here. It mounts up in the proper place with the hole on the fairing, which the other one did not. That was another problem with the Sportster. It was not aligned with the fairing in a good way. When it showed like half of the headlight, not good. So I've got it all altered and everything. I think it looks pretty decent without the fairing, but I'm going to get the fairing on here too. The problem is I had the taking the fairing on and off and on and off. Might not even been an on and off issue, but this is a cheaper, and when I say cheaper, you know, I mean it, that it's a little bit cheaper. It's about $100 option, if I remember correctly. I'll have to go back. But much cheaper than the other fairings, say from Memphis Shades or things like this. It was not the TCFC or whatever that brand is. In fact, it might be made by them, but it's sold under a different name. And so the plastic has very small screws that go in there are like not very supported, so I'm having to re-bolster the support, and hopefully that'll keep it from cracking under vibration and things like that. So hopefully in the next couple of days I will get that on for the bike and you'll be able to see how that looks. So that's kind of what I've been up to. Can't really ride without a headlight, so you know, once you take that off, you know, remove the wires from the harness. That's a little bit of a pain in the butt, so I don't want to do that every time I want to go for a ride. So I just wanted to get the whole, at least get to this point so that I can ride it. And that's what I'm doing. Yeah, so there we go. That's kind of what I've been working on, what I'm continuing to work on. And like I said, my plan is to get that fairing mounted so you can see what it looks like. And I'll put prices and all that. It'll be down in the description when it's all done. So, like I said, just hoping to get back to doing some more riding. I'm riding in the Perry to pick up parts for my car. Unfortunately, it's had a few issues, so I'm not going to go into that. But anyways, yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing some more riding, and hopefully I'll be able to make a trip. I'm hoping to go see my son. I'd like to ride a motorcycle out there, but I end up taking another son out there to see him, and that won't be on a motorcycle. So we'll just see how that works out. But I like the headlight on this, but like I said, I had to replace it in order to make the fairing work. Now I'm having issues with the fairing. So I don't know, go figure, right? If I do not choose to upgrade this bike, eventually I think I'm going to have to do something about the ride of the rear wheel. Oh man, you get relaxed, you hit a bump, it'll just shield your backbone. That being said, I really do like this bike though.
What are your thoughts and comments? Leave them down below. Subscribe and help the channel out on its way to 1,000 members. Ring the bell, and until next time, keep your swerve tight and get out and ride.